Now part B tells me a circle has diameter FH. The point G is a point on the circumference of the circle, and then it tells me that given the length of the straight line GH is 6.8 centimeters and the angle GFH is 32 degrees, calculate the length of FH. Well, I can see that there's lots of important information there. That we've got a diameter FH, that the point G is a point on the circumference of the circle, that the length of that straight line GH is 6.8 centimeters and GFH is 32, and that we have to calculate the length of FH. So I can highlight that. Now what I need to do is illustrate it. So if I draw my circle, and it's got a diameter FH, so that means it cuts halfway through my circle from F to H. It then tells me that there's a point G on the circumference of my circle. So if I draw and join those lengths, that makes a triangle. Now I should know from my circle theorems that this angle here is always going to be a right angle when I'm given a diameter and when it touches the edge of my circle. So I've got a right angle triangle, and they tell me that this length GH is 6.8 centimeters and that GFH, so this angle here, is 32 degrees. So that leaves me with a right angle triangle where I've got 6.8 centimeters here and I've got 32 degrees. So if I label my triangle, so I can see that opposite my angle I've got 6.8, and they want me to work out, if I add the letters here, they wanted me to work out what FH was. So they want me to work out what my hypotenuse was. So what have I got? I've got my opposite, I've got my angle, and I want to find my hypotenuse. So if I look at my SOHCAHTOA, so I've got my opposite and I want to find my hypotenuse, so that means I'm going to use sine. So drawing my sine triangle, SOH, and covering up the one I want to find, the H part, that means I'm going to work out my opposite over sine of my angle. So to work out that hypotenuse, which is from F to H, so that length of F to H, is going to be my opposite, which was 6.8, divided by the sine of my angle, so sine of 32 degrees. And if I put that in the calculator, just check in, that's 12.83, so on. So because the number in my question was to 1 decimal place, I'm going to put my answer to 1 decimal place. I'm going to say 12.8, and we're working in centimeters. There you go for 4 marks.